conversation going. Vascon Engineering is on our radar. The company received an LOA, letter of acceptance, for a 600 crore rupee project from the Bihar government for a construction work at a hospital. Note that it reported a largely steady Q1 performance. Its order book stood at more than 2,000 crore rupees. To discuss how Q2 is panning out, the company's overall business outlook, Siddharth Vasudevan, the managing director at Vascon Engineers, is with us on the show. Siddharth, afternoon, and thanks for joining in. It's a 600 crore order currently. Can you tell us what have been the overall order inflows in Q2 so far, and what will the updated order book stand at?
So the updated order book stands at approximately 2,400 crores. It's a very strong order book because this has to be delivered over the period of the next 30 months. Q2, we're expecting a few more orders. We've been bidding at good margins, and we're very positive about Q2 coming.
Okay. Siddharth, so how much of this order will you be able to realize in FY24 itself? How much in FY25? And these new orders that you're bidding for, are they largely government orders? That's the bigger part of your order book. Are they higher margin order? Give us some sense.
Yes. Obviously, since half the year is already done, so FY24 we'll be executing maybe around 20% of this order. On a thumb rule basis, we execute around 35 to 40% of our order backlog. So that is how it looks going forward as well. That's where we stand as of today.
Siddharth, you also said that you're bidding aggressively. You've got a pretty good pipeline and you're hopeful of some orders converting before the quarter comes to a close. Can you provide some more color on the pipeline, your L1 status, which are the orders which could flow in the next 1 month?
Yeah. So when I say that we're bidding aggressively, I don't mean that we're squeezing profits. We've just been bidding more than we usually do. So, generally, we've been bidding for hospital projects in the government sector. We've also been dealing only with the grade A players in the real estate sectors. So some of this should come through just by probability. It's very difficult to say about L1 right now, but we're very confident about it.
And what would your receivables from the government be? Is that an issue? Can you give us a sense of general receivables in the book?
So we do not have much outstanding from the government sector at all. The reason being that most of the projects that we have taken up are very public sentiment strong projects like hospitals. We're doing around 5 or 6 hospitals at the moment. We're doing a couple of airports, and these are much in the public eye. So, we don't have so much of receivables outstanding from the government at this point of time.
Can you break up your current order book of 2,400 crore in terms of how many hospitals, what will be the contribution of hospitals, what will be the contribution of airports, real estate, etc.?
Sure. So the airport is approximately 250 crores out of this. The hospitals will be closer to 1,000 crores. We also have then private players. We're doing a couple of private players in Mumbai. We also have our own real estate division, which contributes to this order book as well, which will comprise of the remaining order.
Okay. Siddharth, you said you are bidding aggressively, but not at the cost of profits. Some of them would be from the government sector as well, something in the hospital space, but that would require bank guarantees as well. Do you have enough limits available for you when it comes to bank guarantees? And if not, what is the outlook here? If your bank guarantees are not to the limit, are you asking for more? Will that take more time?
So we have gone to the banks and asked them for fresh limits. Also, I'm sure that you know that our ratings have been upgraded by CRISIL. So we are negotiating with the banks right now. But we are at a comfortable stage. None of these will be impacted by bank guarantee limits, going forward.
You had plans to sell your stake in the Goa hotel. You were partners with Royal Orchid. Can you give us an update on that? Is the stake sale proceeding? Go ahead.
Sorry. So that has already happened. We have swapped for a land in Powai, which will then become our real estate project. We're already in the, in the approval stage, and we should be launching this towards the end of this year. So we have monetized our Goa hotel.
So monetization is in place. You've asked for bank guarantee limits to be raised as well and bidding aggressively. So that means order book will see an improvement as well. Just want to understand, promoter pledge is at 9%. Can you give us a sense of what's the reason and by when do you expect this company to be pledge free when it comes to promoter holding?
So one of the things that we have asked the banks with the enhanced bank guarantee limits is to release our promoter holding. This was predominantly with our lead bankers for some reasons in the past, but we have been negotiating with them and they seem positive about it because of our performance and other metrics to release this. So we should expect this happening shortly.
Shortly, this fiscal itself for this calendar year?
Yes, we're very hopeful about it.
So the pledge will be released before the end of FY24. The current 9%
that is what
promoter.
we're targeting. Yes.
Okay, got that. Just to get an update on the planned sale of GMP Technical Solutions. It's a subsidiary of yours. You have an 85% holding, and I believe again over here you were looking to monetize it. What are the current valuations? Have you found likely buyers?
So this is an opportunistic sale. We are not, it's not a distress sale or anything of that sort. So we will be only monetizing this if we get a good market valuation for it. Currently, the market valuation of this is roughly around 150 odd crores. So anything over that we can consider, but we don't have any talks ongoing at the moment.
Okay. So Siddharth, you spoke about ratings upgrade as well coming in for you. Can you give us a sense of what the debt is right now? You were sitting on high cost debt earlier. So give us a sense of how this has changed, the cost of debt that is, and what is the absolute debt figure by end of it? What kind of debt numbers are you targeting?
Sure. So around 3 years ago, our debt was around 240 crores. In March of this year, when we announced our results, our net debt was around 12 crores. So we've retired most of our high cost debt. The debt that stands in our books today is more to do with construction finance and also for bank guarantees, the collaterals and stuff like that. But we don't have much of loan in our books today. So we've really cleaned it.
Okay, so you plan to be completely debt-free because gross debt increased quite a little bit, I would say, in Q1. But with the expansions that you're planning, you don't think there'll be any further increase?
No, we don't expect any further increase because, in the EPC projects, we generally work from the advances that we receive against the jobs that we've taken up. And therefore, we wouldn't require working capital limits going forward. Since we'll be using the advances to run the projects.
Siddharth, we leave the conversation there. Thank you very much for joining in. That's Vascon Engineers. The stock is quiet today, slipped 2.5%, but in the last 1 year, the stock has gained close to about 140%. A 1-year chart will also come up, 140% rally. Get into a break. We'll come back with